10 years old. How is this game already 10 years old? I remember playing this on PS4. PS3 even. That's when I first got the game. Moved to PS4. Which was great because it was no longer 32 players anymore. And it was 64. Better looking maps. Graphics obviously in general. Performance. Oh, that's a tank! The majority of my playtime was always on console. And I loved every second of it. Then I eventually moved to... This is really risky and I'm going to die. They're all going to come running for me. I eventually moved to... That guy's... Good to see this game's still bugless. Moved to PC, but by then... Pretty sure Battlefield 5 was out, so I came to PC real late. No, not Battlefield 5. Battlefield 1. God, look at 3D spotting, it's so strong. I didn't kill him, but through smoke is crazy. But yeah, I came to PC really late. Always jumped to playing this game on PC, especially in its prime time, but luckily this game still is very popular. I'm pretty sure it matches, if not beats, Battlefield 2042 in concurrent players, which is absolutely nuts to think about, and is a massive sign, wow, to a law, massive sign to EA to get their shit together, man. I mean, this game released 29th of October 2013. 2013, that's insane. Now, even though Battlefield 2042 has had an awful release, so did Battlefield 4. If not worse, really. I mean, let's be honest. Terrible netcode. So many bugs. Game-breaking bugs. The performance side was never really an issue on console. But I heard PC was terrible. I don't know, because I didn't play it then, but I still experienced the bugs. That's a bin. Oh! Nonetheless, it's now amazing. And that's because they introduced... Bruh. No! Not the DMRs. There's one up here. Where's that guy? That's because they introduced Battlefield CTE. The community test environment. Again, I didn't actually ever get to experience that because it was PC only. And I was console at the time, but it was just really useful to them. It was just an entire separate branch that they could push updates, test them, make sure they work, make sure people like them before they push it to the public. And it was great. I don't think they've done it since. I may be wrong, but as far as I know, they've never done it again. And I mean, I got to play the 2042 closed early alpha thing, Mabob, which is like an invite-only thing. And despite playing that piece of shit, I was thinking, oh, you know what? It's early access. This is what it's for. They'll fix it. I was very wrong. It did not fix it. The game from that to beta was basically the same. Performance was arse. And then to release it was, I mean, I would hardly say better. But I still pre-ordered it despite that, and I'm an idiot for it. That's why you don't pre-order games. There's a guy behind that rock. I hurt him. Right, we're gonna go on a mission, mate. Yeah? You stole my heels! Alright, let's go! Fuck no, there he is. Hey, Deagle. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I pre-ordered it, and that's why you don't pre-order games. Ever. It's dumb. It's a scam. Battlefield 1 was amazing. Battlefield 5. I didn't play that much of Battlefield 5. I just didn't get into it much. Battlefield 1 was super fun. I know Battlefield 5 has some of the best movement and gunplay. Personally, I think, anyway. However, When I think of Battlefield, I don't really think of... There's a guy here. I don't really think of... He has a spore beacon! I don't really think of World War, even though the first game was World War II. There's just so much more you can do with modern or even future, you know, like 2142. This game came with, what was it, 5 DLCs, which were all in all amazing. I don't remember them too well on release, so I can't really say how bad they were on release or unbalanced and the guns and stuff, but I do remember this Battlefield being the first Battlefield I ever bought premium, and I did not regret it. First one was China Rising, and then Second Assault, Naval Strike, Dragon's Teeth, and then Final Stand. One of my favourites was probably Dragon's Teeth. It was quite diverse. It was less vehicle focused, which is weird for me because I'm a vehicle whore, especially for attack helis. But it was just nice to have it scaled down a bit more. Oh, those DMRs, it's so strong. But my second favourite was Second Assault, which was, well, the old maps. This map, Operation Metro, the map before, Gulf of Oman. It's just so fun to play these maps again. Especially Rush. I remember playing Battlefield 3 Beta Rush. So, that gives me throwbacks. But all of them were really good. One thing I really liked was when they made the community map. I'll be honest, it sucked. I think it's really bad, even though it was made technically by the community. It was still cool that they did it, and it's a shame they don't really have that bond with the community anymore. Another great thing about this game at launch, especially if we're comparing to 2042, was the absolute vast amount of weapons. This game released with 83 weapons at launch. 83 is ridiculous. Absolutely mental. Compared to 2042, it is only 22 weapons. 22 might sound a lot to like the average game, and it's a good amount, but when you put it in perspective, there's actually a picture I found on Reddit which shows a great comparison of just a visual representation of the difference. But when that's 4 LMGs, 4 pistols, that sort of thing, it's not actually a lot in the end. And most of the guns sucked. Still do suck. There's this game, you obviously have its... Oh, I can't revive him. There we go. This game, you obviously have the good guns and the bad guns, but overall, every gun's fun to play with. Like this gun, I mean, you don't really see this gun played with much, but it's so much fun. Fucking mortars. In 2042 you see about 3 guns out of the 22 now. I don't know how many there are now, I haven't checked, but it's a few more, and it's a good thing. They've even added old weapons from old battlefields. The amount of content that was in 2042 compared to this was a scam, really. The maps as well. They are so bad in that game. I understand they wanted the 128 players, and everyone loved the idea of that. I mean, why wouldn't you? It's Battlefield, but in practice it doesn't really work. At least they didn't show it worked. And the maps they made were just so empty and barren. There was no cover anywhere. They just basically made a massive map, and because they had to keep the performance, it was like they just made it wastelands unless you were on a flag, and even then the cover was so shit. Someone close. Don't snipe me. Woo! Yeah, that's a f***ing mortar. Yeah, f*** off, man. This is why I don't like Rush in this game. I don't think it was ever this bad in Battlefield 3, from my memory anyway. No, I'm going on Conquest. Okay, anyway. Back to what I was saying. Terrible maps. They have a few new maps now which are actually redacted by memory. Very good map. Very similar to Zavod from Battlefield 4. Sorry, the map was called Reclaim, not Redacted. Redacted is the new one, which is Operation Locker, pretty much. Claimed is very much Operation Match. No, Zavod. I'm getting all my words mixed up. I think that's the only reason they're good, is because they basically just took a formula from this game and put it into the new ones. and it's working. They do have the portal where you can get maps like Nushar Canals and whatever, which is fun, but you know, I don't want to keep repeating and recycling maps just to have fun in a Battlefield game, you know. There's a jet chasing me. He definitely tried to ram me there. Quick spot him for the AA. Even the weapon unlocking in this game, I loved it. They added a decent amount of weapons every DLC, at least 4, right? So 2, maybe 2 to 4. But the way you unlock them was so unique compared to 2042. You just get a few headshots or something like that to unlock the weapon. You know, like to get the Unica, but you had to get kills or swimming and activate the dam. It was very, very cool. It just gave you something to do. A bit more entertaining than just, you know, killing people for a weapon. And of course the insane Easter eggs. The Phantom one, and the nice little Megalodon ones. Just, I'll be honest, the Easter eggs on... Ooh, that was really dumb. The ones on 2042 are pretty cool. Not to the scale of Battlefield 4, but they're definitely fun to do and it's fun to figure out. I mean, I don't figure it out, I just fucking steal it. I just steal all the knowledge after and do it myself. It's always good when you add things like that. It gets community together and... Right, fuck you, bastard. No! I didn't even see it behind that. But it's always good to have Easter eggs like that. And it's just... It must be fun for the developers to add it in, but also fun for the community. Oh, there he is. I could hear him shooting his little stinger or whatever it was. I'm dead. Couldn't see him though. But this map, it's decently large. The server's not full, but you're getting fights in weird, you know, like in every flag there's something going on. I mean, unless it's back here where they've all been captured, but you wouldn't get this in 2042. It would just be barren lands, maybe 2 flags being attacked at once. It's just not as fun. I just can't sit there and play Battlefield 2042 for more than maybe 2 rounds before I get sick of the gliding and annoying grenade spam. This game has bad grenade spam, but compared to 2042 it's like throwing pebbles. I couldn't get my... Okay, couldn't get my gun out there. Look at him crawling under a truck, mate. Someone blow it up. J-damn that bit. This game just... It just never gets boring. The vehicle spam is a bit crazy in this game, I'll be honest. But at least they're decently balanced. I mean, people complain about the attack helis, but if you're good, you know, if you get someone that's good at something, they're always going to dominate in it. Is, you know, some players are better than others. But in 2042, those transport helis are still ridiculous. They are essentially attack helis. I don't get it. They're impossible to kill. They're better now, but when they were on release, the amount of power they had, firepower those things had, were ridiculous. I don't know who at DICE thought that was a good idea, but I'm glad they're listening still. They've been a lot more communicative. Shut up. With what they're doing with the game now, and seem to be listening. I can't aim. Wow. Wow, that's embarrassing. There it is. What is that sound? That was his body. Interesting. Yeah, they seem to be listening a lot more. They've fixed mouse input lag and aiming. And even aiming on controller was really bad, apparently. They've now just released a new Halloween update. I haven't even tried it. I don't care to really try it. It looks a bit boring. I watched Jack Flags play it. Not my cup of tea, but it is what it is. But yeah, 10 years old. And it still slaps.